Hiya! Today I'd like to show you another sketchbook tour. This one is kind of special to me because it tells a bit of a story of my life in the last 2 months. I treated it as a bit more of a visual diary kind of thing. So yeah, I can't wait to get into it with you. But before we get into the sketchbook, my name is Kama and I'm known as Weird is the Best on the internets. I'm a mixed media artist. I also make comics. I also paint, so if you've been here before, you probably saw these paints in I kind of use them as decoration until now. I'm losing my voice for some reason. But I finally started painting with them. Like a year or two after getting some of these paints. And I've been really enjoying this process. So I'm planning to make 50 mini paintings and I already have about 20-ish. So yeah, it's a fun new project that I've started recently. Anyway, let's get into the sketchbook. The sticker is by an artist that I will pop their name on the screen because I completely forgot the name. We did an art swap, so we sent each other some stickers and I really like this one, so I put it on the sketchbook. It's really cute. It's like a house sitting on a hill. Yeah, really fun. And these two are, I think I got them from a friend, but they were like a mass-produced kind of sticker in a shop, and my logo. So the sketchbook is art creation by Talents. It's an affordable sketchbook in quite a small size. They make these in so many different cover colors. They are all like really nice colors. I love them all. Like I've collected quite a few over the time. And if you're interested in more sketchbook tours of these sketchbooks or other sketchbooks, there are plenty and I will link to them at the end of this video and I will also post a link in the description. But for now, let's get into it. So it comes with a rubber band, which is really handy. I didn't know I liked rubber bands until I started using this a bit more, just because it keeps it closed in my bag. It also has this. Sometimes they fall out, but it only happened to me twice and I've been through at least like 15 of these sketchbooks and you can just stick it back in. I think this one is the one that I had to glue back in and it's fine, so just use some glue. At the top, I always on the first page put my contact details in case I lose my sketchbook, which happened to me. My first sketchbook I've lost forever, we'll never see it again. This I just put in at the end, so the stories we keep in our sketchbooks. I just thought of this because of what this sketchbook has, but my initial, an intention for this sketchbook was, this sketchbook is for weird blobby mess. Yeah. This is washi tape by Yakfan. Wow. So I swatched at the beginning. I was trying out different tumble brush pens and trying to pick a limited color palette. And also, oh, this washi tape is my own design. I've literally just stuck it to cover the details. And I always label the days in my sketchbook. It marks the day from when I started drawing every day again after an art block, and I have reached quite a lot now, so it's going strong and I hope it will stay like this forever and this number will only increase, but who knows, art blocks happen. So yeah, I started on day 555 on 17th of June 2025 and I literally just finished it today, and today is 11th of August, so it took me just under 2 months to fill it. So yeah, I really like these colors and I can't remember if I stuck to them even. I had an intention at the beginning and then I kind of didn't stick to it because it was too constraining. So here these were my sticker designs and I didn't do anything with them, so I really have to do something with them. Always confused. I think this would be good. Yeah, I find it relatable, so even if no one else does, I will enjoy making it into a sticker. I just wish to be a blob. I think I was not having the best day. I'm in my happy place. A cat artist with starry eyes and a pencil in its mouth, of course. And a hissy cat. He reminds me a bit of Astarion from Baldur's Gate. So I might come back to that idea. And then I kind of tried journaling a bit, just to kind of make it more personal, I guess. I was enjoying that in the moment at the time. So here's like a drawing of nasturtiums, first nasturtiums. Well, there's just this lovely single one, and I love it. Yeah, this was my first ever nasturtium flower, and there was only one for a bit, so I drew it. And this is like just the tops of buildings. I love looking at silhouettes and things like that. I love noticing the weird little details, the tree reflections in the puddles, the silhouettes of aerials, the fiery rays of sun in the golden hour leaves. Bliss. I don't know. It feels weird reading it out loud. I'll just continue. Oh, this was a drawing. So we were drawing at the drawing session with Morgan Grice at the Odd Orange drawing sessions, and this one was drawing like classic art. So this was like a Venus, I think. It was one of the. It must have been Venus. She was hanging on to a god, and she was a goddess, and I disliked that so much that she adored him so much and he seemed so indifferent that I made her flip him off instead and I redrew it here. At the Old Orange session today, we studied classic art and it annoyed me that Aphrodite. My alarm was set for an hour too early. Why? That sometimes happens. That's the next day. After I drank, I couldn't sleep anymore, even though I felt very blobby and not ready to be up. Yeah. So I drew some frogs, because why not? I'm a bog creature, tell me I'm pretty. I don't know, I was just enjoying the vibes at the time. And I'm finishing my acrylic canvases and having a major imposter syndrome. Oh, I painted some big square canvases and they are like 3D, so they're like this thick and about, I don't know how many inches wide and tall. And I was having imposter syndrome. I was doubting everything I did. I was thinking maybe it's too simple, maybe it's too naive or whatever. But I've got to start somewhere, and this is a fantastic opportunity to show my work. So I brought some artwork. It wasn't these flowers, aster flowers, because they weren't finished at the time. But my cat and chicken were finished, and I brought them to Southampton Art Society at the Bedford Summer Festival. It's like a street festival with lots of like street food, gigs and music and some art and crafts and things like that. So yeah, and I sold one of them. The other one, I knew where I made the mistake. I didn't really use values very well, so it looked a bit dull, and I fixed it since. So I will be selling it like at in-person markets soon. And yeah, the fact that I sold it proved that I was having an imposter syndrome because it was good enough for someone to buy it. Okay, I felt quite overwhelmed at work the next day. I don't like the noise. Oh, I was in the office. I never did. Today I managed to not cry, so that was good. Even my noise cancelling headphones don't drown it out. Yeah, I'm not a fan of sitting in a loud space and trying to work. I just can't focus. And yeah, more nasturtiums flowered. I really enjoyed drawing them on quite a lot of pages and paintings and things. So yeah, I think I have them here actually. It's another one. Ta-da! So yeah, I tend to be very burnt out on Fridays, so I have to forgive myself. I don't think I will read all of them. But like this is talking about how to just be gentler with myself and letting myself rest and relax. Because yes, I want to do a lot, but I also have a job and I also am trying to make art when I can. I'm still an artist even if I do less than I want to. Yeah. And here I drew some things at the festival itself, so this was a few days before. Yeah, we were encouraged to draw while being at the festival, like with the Southampton Art Society. I didn't really draw that much because we were involved in just talking to people and yeah, just browsing, going around and helping out. the best moment was when we were putting the canopy, I guess, from the, I don't know the word. It's like the outdoor tent kind of thing. And we all had to push it into the middle to fold it. It was very satisfying teamwork. I don't know where these stickers are from. I bought them ages ago. And this is another fun washi tape piece. There'll be plenty of them. You will recognize them because they're all very graphic. This I also drew there at the festival. Very windy, artsy and vibrant street festival. We sat with the Southampton Art Society and enjoyed the day. Celebrate small victories. This is a raccoon from a fellow artist. I will pop their name on the screen as well because I can't remember. But I remember buying these stickers from them. I've met them multiple times before at various markets. And yeah, I just decided on the day I'm going to stick them into my sketchbooks and use them all because I tend to save them forever and never use them. So yeah, that's what it is. I sold my first ever painting today and it featured a grumpy cat. I was getting itchy feet. So you see what I mean by telling stories? It's just nice to document a little bit of your life, like a slice of life, and have it as a diary forever. And yeah, I like doing these doodles. They just kind of add a bit of life into it. And it also helps you like process a bit what's been happening. Yeah, I was just like wanting to feed my artistic soul with experiences. Here's some clover that I picked up. I think this is from the garden. Just dried it in here with a bit of sticky tape. Here is a chaos PGA. Rightly so. I was testing some art materials. I think these are the mild liners that I won in a giveaway from Zebra. They've sent me so many art supplies, like I couldn't believe when I was opening it. So this is what this is. And some paint. This is paint from that I already had. Yeah, I just had fun on this page and didn't care about the results because it's just for testing. Here I was redrawing some old sketchbook pages. So these are from my photos. And this is from a drawing session with Monkey Mintaka. I believe the reference photo was maybe from Pinterest. Oh yeah, I wanted to work on some borders. I didn't really do that much. This is some kind of like a washi paper that I got from Etsy. I'm not sure who was the designer. It was like a stationery shop with multiple different artists, so like a bigger shop. Meh, some weird thoughts and feelings. Testing and swatching more. Oh yeah, I did paint some nasturtiums and I can show you because I entered one of them into an art competition, which is really exciting. I actually found the chicken as well. The one that I didn't sell and I fixed it up afterwards. So this is the mama hen. I really enjoyed it. So originally the grass was very light and I can't quite remember, but it was very all like same color kind of vibe, same values. But now I think it's a lot more vibrant and fun. So yeah, I'm not actually selling it anywhere like online, but I might bring it to my next market or something. And here are my nasturtiums. Oops, I don't know what this is. Oh, this is my entry for the competition. It's run by London Graphic Centre and Theo Papitis, I don't know how to pronounce it, Papitis Art Prize. And it's really cool. I just found it a few days before the deadline. And paint it as quickly as I possibly could without like, yeah, trying to be perfectionist still. But yeah, this is where I arrived at. These are my nasturtiums that I grew. And I used acrylic paint and this canvas stock. It's like a canvas paper kind of thing. And yeah, I'll leave a link if you would like to vote for your favorites. So they are open at the moment. So you can vote for your favorite. It's like an audience favorites prize. And also, I guess the jury will be voting for theirs. There are almost 1,000 entries. So my entry is, I think, I'll pop it on the screen because I don't want to tell you the wrong one. But you can check all of them out and choose your favorites. And yeah, and here's mine. And this is another version of this. So I kind of wanted to paint two so that I wouldn't feel the pressure to make the one of them perfect. I had some room for mistakes and experimentation. So like I made different leaves on both and different techniques to paint the flowers. It was a very mindful process. Painting with acrylics is, especially the smaller you go, like this, the more kind of mindful it feels, because you have to slow down. When you're doing smaller paintings, you need to be more careful about like the details and making them neat. And this is like a sketch of that painting. Here I went to the Russell Coates Museum and I just explored the exhibition and the house. It's the most wholesome museum, or gallery rather, that I've ever been to. It's been, so Russell Coates, I think that's the name of the the past owners who passed it on to the city of Bournemouth. And they believe that like everyone should be able to access art. And yeah, it's now a charity, really wholesome vibes. They also run workshops there. So yeah, really interesting. At the moment they have an exhibition of self-portraits and I'm looking forward to going there. This is from an artwork by May Morris, I think. This one. I just wanted to draw. Yeah, took that as an inspiration for a study. I also bought some chopsticks there and kept the packaging. So yeah, this exhibition is... Oh, it's still going. I thought the self-portrait there exhibition was there now, but I guess they have multiple ones on the go. So yeah, if you can still go and you're near Bournemouth, I would highly recommend it. It was very interesting. Not just the house, but also like this temporary exhibition. And it's included with your like the entry ticket. So yeah, May Morris was the daughter of William Morris, and she's contributed quite a lot to the company. And yeah, she was very, very talented and skilled. And yeah, I think she did embroidery and design and, oh yeah, needlework. And had a role in co-founding the Women's Guild of Arts, which is great. Oh yeah, one of those paintings that I mentioned of Aster's, I can show you a different couple of the ones that I haven't got there. So I entered a painting onto an exhibition at Southampton Art Society at the Itchen Valley Country Park. It's still there until end of August. It's one of the three that I painted of the aster plants that I saw in Purbeck on my walks with friends. And yeah, it was like an art trip. I really enjoyed making the sides of these. They're all like kind of the same. Yeah, whenever I go somewhere, I like painting. I like taking photography of plants and flowers, especially if they interest me, like the shape or colors or whatever, if it's inspiring. I take lots of photos. I treat it as a mental health thing, like mindfulness, spotting flowers, and like, because even in the ugliest environment, neighborhoods, in winter, wherever, you will still, if you look, you will still find lots of plants and lots of like, I don't know, not to sound cheesy, but like hope. So yeah, that's where this came from. This is like a sketch of what the paintings are. Here I was drawing at a local restaurant. Just some people. I don't think they were sitting together, but I put them together because the composition wanted it. And here is a plant. I think we sat outside and I painted and drew this plant that I saw there. I think. I'm not 100% sure. And I got the package from Just Was Here. This was the... Oh, I forgot. Raccoon and frog bags, handbags, which are amazing. And these are the stickers from the packaging. Oh, this was at parkrun. I went to a parkrun with a friend. I was walking because I could not run and I can not run. And yeah, I also saw this creeping thistle. I am much more into documenting plants in kind of like, you know, you would see in an encyclopedia, but more illustrative style. So I like drawing these with my Pentel pocket brush and some Tombow brush pens or some other art materials. I'm still experimenting which ones I like, but I think I like all of the materials with Pentel brush pen. It's just, I don't know, it's so juicy. So yeah, I like looking up the original names, and I just use like an app that recognizes plants from a photo. And yeah, this is from a photo. This is from some photos I took at the Russell Coates. It's the most beautiful garden. And yeah, hydrangea. And this is from menu holders. So they have so many exhibits there. Like the whole house is filled to the brim with trinkets and paintings and sculptures, everything you can imagine to do with art. Even like their toilet is beautiful, which sounds really weird, but they've put the most beautiful tiles in the toilet. Like, how mad is that? Sorry about the noise, there's just something outside. And yeah, I just took loads and loads of photos and then drew from them. This is a study of a ceramic tile featuring daisies. I was very impressed with how the daisies were stylized, so I later looked up daisies from like pixel photos, and then I tried to simplify them and see how they can be simplified. And yeah, this is one that was at Russell Coates from 1888 by William de Morgan. And yeah, this is another plant I saw somewhere, probably at the Russell Coates. And I drew a cat. This might be mine, I don't know. It's either from Pexels or it's my cat. I do have this plant, but I don't know where he sat. He would have sat. So I drew him and I immediately thought, he's not derpy. Let's make him derpy. I forgot the derp factor on the previous page. So I redrew him. And here I think I was watching someone on YouTube and they were creating palettes from 3 different Tombow brush pens, and I decided to try it as well, just to see which palettes would work well, like color palettes. Yeah, just some experimentation. I tried to pick like similar ones, or I don't know, I tried to make them comparable, I guess, to each other, to pick my favorites. This brush, the Pentel Pocket brush, I originally had for lettering, hand lettering, when I started, I think it was 2017 or 2016, something like that. And I did a 500 days of lettering project. My friend Marte got me into lettering and illustration, and yeah, mostly lettering at the time. And here I was just trying to remember how to letter with the pen. I never had a consistent slant, so like the angle of the letters when I was writing at school and forever, ever. So yeah, I always found hand lettering a bit challenging. And I also found this Summer Alps challenge on Instagram, and they were sharing some, I can't remember the name of the account. person who was sharing them. It's at the tip of my tongue. If I remember, I'll stick it on the screen for you. But they were sharing a few reference photos for, I think it was July? Wait, July, yeah. And yeah, I just drew a few of them. This was the second one, cabin, forget-me-nots. Wait, what was this one? Alpine Dam. I think this was a bigger picture, but I chose just to focus in on the flowers. And yeah, the cabin and forget-me-nots. Again, just the pentel pocket brush and some Tombow brush pens. The Tombow brush pens, even though they have quite a few greens, I can't find good values, so they're a bit all over the place, but I don't mind. It's just practice. Here we went to a local restaurant again, and I just drew my surroundings and then people in the queue. Some more people in the queue. So I just drew them in black and white, and then I think probably filled them in when I got home. Oh, I'm so glad I'm recording. Okay, some more. This was a good day. This girl was jumping up and down, so that's why the hair looks like this. And this is a sticker for my friend again. Oh yeah, I started my 50 mini canvases project. And yeah, we also made some handmade sketchbooks that weekend with my friends. And yeah, here's day 4 of the Summer Alps challenge. So this was on the 8th of July, so quite soon, like a month into the sketchbook. And yeah, just drew it with the same materials as previous pages. And this must be from my photo. I remember taking this photo on a walk with my friend. And one more thing from the Summer Alps challenge. I don't think I posted this anywhere. And maybe not even this, so maybe I'll catch up and post them on social media. Rubik's Cube. Here I drew with a gel pen, I think, when I was out and about. Didn't love it. Oh, this was on a train. My friend and I went to London to Page Masters to learn how to risoprint. So this was me drawing on the train. You don't need a plane to go to London from where I live. And I was just planning out, this is a bird I drew for Burp Fest this year. You probably heard of Burp Fest on my channel if you have been here a while, but it's a January challenge run by Birdie Tam Art and Monkey Mintaka on Instagram. And yeah, this was one of the birds for that challenge. It was like all of my birds, I think I finished on day like 12, maybe? So I drew 12 birds. All of them were at a disco in one way or another. Yeah, Pick Me Goose was also one of my burps. Or like the burps in the challenge, and these were kind of what I drew. And this is my design for the risoprint. Maybe I should show it, because I don't think I ever showed it yet anywhere. It's a limited edition of 10 prints. Let me just stand up so I can see what I'm showing. Yeah. So it's a limited edition of 10 prints. I already gave 3 of them away. 3? 3, because we all swapped at the workshop. Yeah, I was planning for the colors to be a bit more strong and vibrant, but what I didn't realize was how the scan would pick up my Tombow brush pens, and I think they aren't the most pickable, I guess, scannable. So yeah, I'm still happy with how it turned out. And I was thinking of putting them up on my shop, but shipping A3 prints is really hard. So I might just bring them to events, and maybe because they also printed 10 big grains, just like as a test print, and to like get the drums inked. So I might put those up on. I'm doing what's it called? Super Seconds Festival, which is like where artists can sell their seconds and samples and things like that. So maybe I'll just fold them up into A4 size envelopes. We'll see. I don't really know. I'm not thinking too much about this, to be honest. We ate out at Rosa's Thai. And this is tape from Page Masters. I just really liked the design, so I kept it. And yeah, this is, we got onto a really crowded and really hot and really stinky train, but we really wanted to get home, so we had no choice. And I decided to draw on the train to kill time. I just put on my headphones. I think my friend was sitting somewhere, like Lucy was sitting somewhere far from me, because that was the only way to survive there. And yeah, I drew with again, the same art materials as I've already mentioned. Probably boring you with that, I don't know. It was a great way to pass the time. I love drawing on trains because I'm, as a neurodivergent, neurospicy. I like that word more, to be honest. I never really used it in relation to myself much. But yeah, as a neurospicy person, I struggle in crowds and noise and hotness and all of that, like the stinkiness and everything. I just had enough, so putting on some music and drawing really helped me. Like I actually enjoyed the ride as a result. So yeah, just drawing some people. It's a bit awkward to stare at people sometimes, especially when they're on a train, because they're not always on their phones for some reason. So I often do that. I just focus on someone's feet, so it's less awkward, I guess. Here I drew some cat. Maybe I should make him into a sticker. And again, the mama chicken. And here, I think I felt like we were all going mad on that train, so I drew Inception, Drawception. I don't know, myself drawing myself, drawing myself, drawing myself, drawing myself, drawing myself, drawing myself. Sorry about that. I had to. And this was like a fun that we shared on the trip. And my water bottle. They are really hard to draw because it's not like a smooth bottle. It's got like some subtle lines. It was quite hard to draw, but I really enjoyed this. It's not like to scale or anything, but it was a challenge. And on the next day, I drew my cat. I think I was fighting hard not to try and fill all the space on this page. And yeah, the next day, I don't really know how this chair... If you sat on a chair like this, you'd probably fall over because it's a bit wonky, but whatever. One of the designs for my mini paintings. So yeah, so far, it's really like a documentation of everything I saw, like all the inspiration, a bit of journaling, a bit of, found objects and plants. And yeah, this page is dedicated just to plants that I found probably in the garden. Maybe on a walk or something. And then I drew them on the next page. Here I drew some cats. This is definitely from Pexels. I was looking for some ideas for maybe stickers and things like that, and trying to stylize cats. And on this one I used, again, the Pentel pocket brush and some Caran-d'Ache Neocolor tools. So they're water-soluble crayons, pencils. Kind of expensive, but like adult-grade crayons. And yeah, had fun with these. And some more. I'm thinking of making him more derpy and sleepy and grumpy and turning him into a sticker. Maybe this one? I'm not sure. Vibes in the morning. And yeah, some plants. This is just vibes from the day. This is a plant I saw and took a picture of. I take pictures of weeds because I think they're really interesting and underappreciated. I don't know what it is about weeds, but I think they look great. Here I was planning out a sticker as well. I'm not really doing stickers as rewards on my Patreon anymore. By the way, let me know if you'd like me to. But it didn't really feel like a good use of my energy because I don't really have that much time after work and everything. But I was thinking just to release 2 stickers a month, just to have something new in my shop every month. And I haven't really done much with it, but I might. Who knows? This was an art hang party. I think I was really tired from like the work week, and we were drawing trees from, so the reference photos were provided by Natty, I believe, who is a long time, I guess, art hang party member? Can we call ourselves members if we just join live sessions? I think we probably can. And yeah, she provided some lovely photos of trees for us to draw. I definitely didn't do them justice, so I might revisit them soon and draw them properly. I was just trying to, yeah, I don't know. It was after work on a Thursday, so I was basically free from work at that time for the weekend, but I was tired. An art hang party is a weekly drawing session with Melissa Martin Art on YouTube. It's live and it's free, and they're always really interesting reference photos. Every week there's something different, and yeah, it's really cool. I would recommend it. So again, I was just trying to draw for the practice of drawing, but I didn't have the creative energy anymore that day. This is a character from Baldur's Gate. I won't spoil too much. And another Q compilation from a local restaurant. I really like how this one turned out. I think I might have combined different people. Like they maybe didn't even stand next to each other because there were so many people coming through as I was drawing. But yeah, I find drawing people in queues, or even sitting down, but in queues is interesting because they're not necessarily looking in your direction, so you can focus on them a bit more without being like staring at them or taking photos. I don't really like taking photos of people. I know some artists do that, but I think it's a bit awkward and people can usually tell you're taking pictures of them. Yeah, the teal, I thought that was an interesting thing. Here I went to a local cafe called God's House Tower. It's like in a historic building in Southampton. I think? No, I don't think it used to be a prison. I no longer remember. But it's like an art gallery and cafe, and they often have gigs there and yeah, meetups and things like that. Really cool cafe. And yeah, I drew what was on the table and some chairs. I met up with a couple of friends there. I always like that space. It feels cozy and good. This oh, that's still art. The God's House Tower. And funny, I think, was it this person? Later, after my friends went home, I went upstairs, or maybe they went to the car because they were parked further. We were meeting up in the park later. One of the people I was drawing, I went to the gallery upstairs and she approached me and said, "Weird is the best?" And I was like, yeah. It turned out that they bought the company they were working for, bought my print ages ago. That's like the first print I had in my shop in 2020, probably like in January or something. And they had tagged me on Facebook a few months ago. It's like I think it's a community garden kind of space. And the kids framed it in driftwood, and it was the most wholesome experience of like seeing how my art is used. And they mentioned it to me. It was just really bizarre moment. I've never, apart from like really big events where there are lots of people in the like comics community, so you're bound to meet those people online at some point, especially if you join like the drink and draws online and things like that. Sometimes people recognize me there, but I've never had one like in a random space someone recognize me. That was so bizarre. Good, but bizarre. And yeah, here's the table we were sat at earlier. I think I took a photo of this and drew it later, maybe? I can't remember. And yeah, I love this person's... Oh no, we were still sitting there. Because yeah. And yeah, I love collecting leaves that are partly destroyed. I just think there's something like magic about them. I don't know why, but I collect them. Here's a drawing. I think this was maybe a Fudenosque pen. or something similar. Fudegokochi or Fudenosuke. And I drew this and moved on. And then the next day I was like, I really want to fill this with color because it felt bland, but I didn't want to use my Tombow brush pens, so I used Gansai Tambi. They're really cool. They're not light fast at all, from what I've heard. I haven't tested them myself. So I just fill the details. I think this is Gansai Holbein by Holbein, and this is just a regular watercolor or something. But yeah, this cat. I think I couldn't get it out of my head after someone drew something, like I think it was Lucy who drew something with a long neck, maybe? Or maybe it was a drawing session where someone drew it like that. But this just reminds me of Skibidi Toilet for some reason, and I don't know why, because, yeah, I should get it out of my head forever. We watched too much of it. And here I was planning my next t-shirt design for screen printing, and I really need to get a move on with it because I need to order the screens now and the t-shirts and start printing. So yeah, still haven't decided what the text will say. If you have a favorite, let me know in the comments below. Please vote because I need, yeah, give me a kick. Well, what I meant to say is please vote for your favorite text, but also give me a kick in the comments because I need to get a move on. That's what I meant. Yeah, I don't wanna nap day. Not today. Busy napping. Nap hero. I don't know. Yeah. This is a zine dispenser we've been planning to make, and I drew my kind of version of what I want it to look like. So it'll be like a teal with a cat. The cat needs to be derpy, by the way. And yeah, I think it would be fun to do that kind of thing. Planning my display for the future markets. I don't really know yet how my table will look, so I need to start on that too. And here's another visit to Russell Coates. I went with my friend Lucy, who's also here on YouTube, and she does amazing vlogs. So I'll link her up in the description. I hope I remember. And yeah, I have some footage from this that Lucy recorded for me, and I also recorded that drawing. So I might try and do a vlog out of it, but I am overwhelmed with DaVinci Resolve just because it's on a computer, and I will have to copy my files across and organize them and make some space and so on. So yeah, I haven't done it yet, but hopefully I'll be able to share like what the museum looked like or the gallery looked like. So this is the view from like a terrace from the cafe, and that's a plant from, these two are prompts from a Discord Lysifit, and they were like art challenges. I'm not sure. This is obviously my idea. I love my pit smell. This was durian, which is the most smelly plant on the planet, or fruit on the planet, I think. I never smelled it. And the prompt was king of fruits or something like that. And I made it king of smelly fruits and drew him very smelly. I don't know, just an idea I had. And this was another reference. I don't know where this photo came from. It was just like a, here's your practice photo, I guess. So yeah, I don't know who to credit for this. Some doodles. I was having, I guess you could call it an art block, but I have not stopped drawing every day. So sometimes I just doodle. If I can't make myself draw, that's fine. As long as I doodle a bit, it's fine. That's what my day is. Like, that's how I count my days. And that's how I manage to not break my streak. Because once you stop, even doodling like this, which I think is also part of the process of being an artist, you go through ups and downs, and that's natural. So I'm embracing that. And even if it doesn't work out, I still keep going. For some people it doesn't work, but for me it's perfect. Yeah, I think even with this, you know, I've done my day. I felt okay about it. I also do daily self-portraits. I've done over 100 now. So yeah, it just keeps me going. And as a result, yeah, it was like a semi-art block, but the next day I continued drawing. Or maybe it was even the same day. So yeah, sometimes it's like a warm-up. So I think it's important to just keep going whenever. This is from a train. We were going to an exhibition in London. I think this was a person I saw walking past the train very briefly, so I made up their face a bit. And yeah, we were on the way. This was something I drew. So this was just a person I saw from the window, so really quick doodle as the train was moving. But this, I saw people reflected in like the overhead shelf. Oops, sorry. Just realized I was waving in front of the camera. It's like the overhead glass shelf. And I was seeing them upside down, so I decided to draw them upside down. And I also wrote this upside down. I quite like how the text looks when you draw it upside down. I also like drawing letters backwards for some reason. I don't know, it's satisfying. Something different, you know? Yeah, that's what they turned out to be. It was quite shaky on the train. And again, I was kind of having meh kind of day for drawing, but we were going to an exhibition, so I got really excited, inspired afterwards. So yeah, I drew more. I think this is also on the train. I just drew some plants from, I'm pretty sure this is from Russell Coates' gallery, so I just took some photos. So these are from my own reference photos. This is a plant I saw from the window of the train, and this is from a photo from Yoshimoto Nara exhibition in London. It was fantastic. I went in trying to not research anything about the artist. So I obviously knew the art from seeing it like around before, but I knew nothing about the artist, and I quite like that as an experience. Usually I go in to watching films and TV series like that, and yeah, I would highly recommend if you have a chance to see Yoshimoto Nara. We had to book our tickets in advance, but it was so worth it. Or even just watch a video about the artist, although it might not be as nice, I guess. We also went to some art shops, of course. We went to London Graphic Centre. Sadly, they didn't have all that I had, so I only bought the grey Pentel Arts pocket pen. So it's the same as the black one I was using. So this is the black one. And I bought the grey one. That's all they had. And I also bought some cartridges for the black one. I think there's also like sanguine and sepia colored ones, which I won't buy them online, probably. I'll try and hunt them down in art supply shops when I'm traveling somewhere, hopefully. Just because I have so many art supplies that this would be a nice thing to just, if I see it, I'll get it. And I was trying out the grey one, trying to see if it's waterproof and how it works with Tombow brush pens. I don't think I want it as line work. I think I'll use it just for like shadows and maybe lettering or things. But it's got some nice shading properties. Shading is where ink looks slightly different and darker, where there's more liquid as you draw. So I added a few layers here. But also as you make letters, sometimes there's, I don't know if you can see it. Like here. It's kind of hard to describe. The easiest way to see that is in person, so it's kind of hard to show you. Here I kept going with that t-shirt design. I used in my self-portrait book, on that day I drew in my left hand, and I liked the result a lot. So I tried to draw the cat with the left hand, and this is lettering with the left hand, and this is with my right hand actually. But yeah, I was just trying to see how weird and wonky it would turn out. I don't love it as much as my self-portrait, but it's fine. Just kept going. I kind of want to work out the shapes before I commit to the screen, because the screen is quite expensive and you can only do it once. Like, once it's exposed, you have to expose it again, and it's quite a lot of work. So I want to get right the first time. This needs to be a sticker. I was also thinking, should this be on my t-shirt, or should this be on my t-shirt? It's hard to decide. I did ask on Instagram once, and the thing that got the most, by far the most votes, is my least popular design. So I, sorry Instagram, but I'm not trusting you anymore with this. I think people, when they vote for things, they just vote for, oh yeah, this is nice, but they don't necessarily think, would I buy this out of all of these designs? So anyway, this is a study of Yoshi Tomonara. A little boy, he was saying, I'm sorry, and he was like kneeling on a stool, I guess. Here are some sketches for some patterns for the pattern design challenge on Instagram. It's run by Melanie Johnson, and I really enjoyed this. I'll try and pop it on the screen now, the result of this one. I don't think I've done this one yet. Oh yeah, I have done this. I've done the starfish, which was at previous day, but not the reef yet. But yeah, this is like a super sketchy sketch, and I'm planning to redraw it in Procreate if I have time. This was for Earthling, and I will pop it in as well right now. Worm I'm excited for, but I do want to add a chicken to it. These are like the days we're supposed to draw them on. So day 9 and 10, which is now. And yeah. Giant, so I was thinking, I don't know the English version of this fairy tale. It's like John? The guy who got some magic, is it peas or beans in English? So, peas, I guess? And it grew overnight. He was really poor. He bought a couple peas and then they grew overnight. And he climbed it and met a giant. You will know what this is. I can't remember. That's what I thought when I heard giant as a prompt. I also thought whales maybe would be fun. Then we have potager, which I'm really excited to do. It's like the French word for garden, veg garden. They're not, I don't know if it's a commonly used word in English. And yeah, I don't know if I explained that very well, but anyway, it's late and we have to crack on because there's a few more pages left. So these are more sketches for that prompt. This was something to do with space. I can't even remember. Definitely going to do something with this. This was an art hang party. This was on tour. So I think it's once a month, every first art hang party of each month, we're going on tour. So we went to Japan from my trip photos. We went to Hong Kong and a few other places. And this one was Melly Dolman. And these were random countries, so that was a bit strange. Because, yeah, I kind of recognized England a couple times, but there were other countries too. I don't really know what this represented, but it was like a very quick timer on this. On all of these, actually. So yeah, just some like thumbnail sketches almost. They were very quick timers, so we all had to rush through them. But it was fun. I like quick sketches. Here is on the next day. I usually put dates on. I think this is the date, 8th of August. I used some art graph. It's like a water-soluble graphite, and I really enjoyed using it. I also am using it for my graphic novel. Although it was called a sketchy look, which I wasn't really going for. So I don't know if I'll stick to that material, because that wasn't exactly the vibe I was going for. But anyway, that was just someone's, I guess, opinion. And yeah, I really like how the textures look, and it's a bit unpredictable and a bit weird. I remember first time I used it, I was very confused about how to use it. But I've grown to love it. You can really layer it. So yeah, I was just getting back into using it after a break. So here's more like layered look. Again, it's these are some plants, but they're not nasturtiums because, yeah, I'm not sure what plant this was. Something from my photos. And yeah, I was just trying to deal with them more, just to like warm up with the material. So they're not perfect, but that's exactly what's really important. I think this is the most important thing to do in sketchbooks if you'd like to improve. I think, just personally, from my experience, pages like this, where you just try a new material and you're not fast about the results and perfection, that's the important pages. Because that's how you learn the materials. You have to be crap at something to be better at it. It's just my thoughts. And I'm planning to make a zine that features coffees that I've had in various places. I just think I would love to see other people's versions. It's like, it's not slice of life, mundane things. So like repeatable things. Yeah, I can't wait to do this. I've had this project in my mind for such a long time. So I photograph all my coffees. Basically, if I go anywhere, I take a photo of my coffee because I want to draw them at some point. Hopefully all, but probably not all, because there's quite a lot now. And yeah, I want to scan them in and turn them into a zine. Even if no one wants that zine, I will really enjoy making it. So I'm still going to do it. And yeah, some plants. I don't even know where these plants were or what they were, but it's from photos that I've seen on a walk somewhere. Here's a Zappy with Gansei Tambi paints. He is not this chunky, but this is how he turned out, and that's how he's immortalized. I also studied the art of Yoshitomo Nara, and I will show you the postcards that I bought. They were not my... I didn't manage to find this one as a postcard. I think it was sold out. But these are some of his... So these are stickers from his artwork. And this is one of the paintings, kind of in a similar, really, really soft, layered style. And I was trying to come up with a way to make this soft edges. And I know he used acrylics, so I really want to redo this in acrylics. But this was like Gansei Tambi paint, so very different, medium, much harder to create that look. But I think I got it somewhat close to what I wanted to do with it. It's not perfect, but it's a nice study. And the painting I was studying here was Miss Moonlight by Yoshitomo Nara. Yeah, I was focused not on the... what's it called? It's the face of this... I think it's a girl. Is much chubbier and it's very characteristic of him. I wasn't focused on that. I was trying to study the edges, I guess, rather than focus on the dimensions. Proportions. And yeah, I used Gansei Tambi, which are Japanese watercolors that feel more like gouache paint, I would say. This is a Draw This in Your Style, which I haven't done for such a long time. And this is by Pixie Anna Draws on Instagram. I really enjoyed that. And we've come to today. So I went to the Arc in Winchester. It's like an art gallery connected to a library and some workshop spaces and a cafe. So I went to the exhibition called Beyond the Bonnets. And it was an exhibition of working women in Jane Austen's books, but it also just talked about the conditions, the living conditions of working women. So not the posh, rich women. And yeah, it was very eye-opening because we all kind of know how hard it was for women back in the day, but it just made me realize how much worse it was than I allowed myself to think. And yeah, this was this iconic, massive hat image. I'm not sure who made this, who painted this. I have a photo somewhere, so I'll try and pop that name here. And this was an embroidery thing, part of the embroidery from there. This exhibition is there until, I think, maybe October? I might be wrong. But it was more focused on text. There's lots of text, so if you don't mind reading a lot, then it will be really interesting to you. A lot less pictures and things, but more objects, everyday objects of working women and things like that. I think it's very important to see it, just to have an awareness of how far we've come and maybe how far we still need to go. So yeah, a very interesting timeline of like the rights of women. And also there was some dates related to slavery, abolishing slavery and things like that. I don't really know like if they should be connected because they're two different things, but I guess the dates correlated to also women's rights. Yeah. I quite enjoy studying these. I took some photos at the exhibition, which you can do, and I took them downstairs and drew at the library part. Yeah, really cool place. There's always an exhibition on, and I think they have like 4 major exhibitions a year, and then there's like a free exhibition outside of the gallery space as well. Always something happening. And then I went for a walk, so I grabbed a Hoxton Bakery sweet bun, forgot croissant, and took myself on a walk, grabbed some iced coffee, and I sat in Winnell Moors Nature Reserve, although I went to like the outskirt, like the bit where there's not that much nature, I guess. It was just like a field. But it was fun studying these weeping willows. I always think of the Polish word for these. This is just a quick sketch of some plants. And another weeping willow. And I also, on the way there, I took a photo of myself holding my coffee. So this might also feature in my zine. I'm kind of unhappy with how I was drawing on my lap, so it wasn't like the best drawing position. But I think the lines could have been straighter for this. Because it's all wonky anyway. But yeah, anyway, I think it's okay. And I also took a photo on Parchment Street, a few photos. I just think it's a really beautiful street full of like quirky houses, or like really nice houses that have a lot of like character and lots of nature outside. There's lots of climbing bushes and things like that. So I drew this. This is like the sign of Parchment Street. It hangs over the street. And yeah, I had like a weird sticker here that I stuck on top of my swatch, and that's why you can see like 2 colors on here. But yeah, I hope you found this interesting. I think documenting life in this way is really not just fun in the moment, but it's a great way to immortalize these moments and yeah, just have a visual diary and remember your own story in the future. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you do something like this as well. Some more doodles at the end. Yeah, let me know if you do stuff like this for yourself, or maybe you're inspired to try. I highly recommend it. It's such a good way of keeping record. Yeah. I also have a big version of this sketchbook in like B6, I think, or B5 size that I will be sharing soon. I almost finished it. As you know, probably, if you've been here a while, you know that I always fill sketchbooks really fast. I can't stop drawing. I doodle at least like hours and hours and hours every week, so I can't wait to show you the other sketchbook. If you had any favorite pages or thoughts or, you know, ideas, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to vote for your favorite cat title for my new t-shirt. I don't wanna, nap day, not today, busy napping, or nap hero. I was going to ask you if you had any of your own ideas, but then I'm like, I don't want to use someone else's idea. So maybe if you could pick from these, that would be great. I think that would be fun to hear from you, what you think. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. I feel grateful for all of you who are watching my videos and who have been here a while, or maybe you're new here. You can say hello in the comments if you'd like. There's never pressure to do that. It really supports me to see that, you know, people are seeing these videos. I find YouTube such a wholesome place to connect with fellow creatives or just people who like art or sketchbooks in general. Just because other social media maybe isn't as nice and wholesome. I don't know. It just feels that way. So yeah, thanks for being here. And yeah, like, subscribe, share with your friends. Maybe someone you know will enjoy this as well. I also have an online shop, which you can check out in the description below. I hope you have a lovely day artsing, and until next time, bye! So now I've linked to a playlist where you can watch all my sketchbook tours, and I hope you enjoy it. See you there. Bye!